Welcome everybody. Welcome back to my safe space where we keep everything real and authentic as possible. Alright, so I'm just cooking chicken curry and rice. It's very simple, nothing extra, but there is like a few tips that I just would like to share with you guys. What I normally do is cook my chicken without oil or using any cooking spray. What I normally do is just throw in the chicken first. That helps because the chicken is not usually oily, very. So I start with the chicken, make sure that it is brown or crisp enough, and then I start adding everything. Today it's going to be spicy curry, so I'm just going to show you a few tricks that I do. I definitely like to substitute that you're still going to know about me. So what I've done was I've actually diced my onions and I have diced my green peppers as well. So guys, I actually broke a chopping board, so I'm using my old tray. It's a plastic tray. So this is my diced onion, right? Well, if you have grown from an African home, you definitely make it work with whatever you have. So that's what I'm just doing now. My rice is still boiling, guys. Nothing special about rice. What I like to actually do with rice is wash it, rinse it before cooking. That will be adding water. I put it on a bowl and I add water, rinse it thoroughly with my hands, and yeah, rinse it twice, throw it into the pot, add boiling water, and make sure that your stove is already on a high level. It can be level 4, 5 or 6, and so that it boils quickly. Right before it gets done, I like to actually wash it one more time. Now this is to remove this thing we call starch. You know, this white line that would be there after boiling your rice. That's what we don't want. So we normally add another jug full of boiling water, rinse the rice again, make sure that you what do you call it in English? You drain. Yes, you drain. Guys, English is not my mother tongue, so sorry. After draining the rice, you put it back and you add a bit of water. It should be fine. Within 10 to 15 minutes, it should be okay. Normally my rice is for 25 to 30 minutes, depending on the heat level that I have cooked it. Throughout, try to not adjust your heat levels. Just have like a constant heat level so that you can have a nice rice at the end of the day. Don't forget to put salt. With the salt, right after you've rinsed your rice, just throw in salt. It can be a full teaspoon so that you have flavor, because we don't like things that are not flavorful over here. We need to add the taste, and so that your rice is not mushy, just try to rinse it as much as possible and drain it thoroughly, guys. That helps a lot, trust me. Also, do taste your food. If you see that after draining the rice is okay, there is no need to add a bit of water. But after tasting, if you can taste and feel that it is still hard, definitely add a bit of water. Do not stir, just leave it as is. It'll be perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm going to cook my chicken. I'll show you guys step by step how I actually cook the chicken. It's quite easy as well. As I said, we are not using oil. We're just trying to run away from oil. As is, oil is very expensive here in South Africa, so it's actually good for us as well to try out new stuff and substitute instead of using oil. Oil is not good for us. We're trying here to tone up and have those figures. So when I'm cooking, I like to use these spices, but depending on the type of curry you would want to make, I like a spicy curry. I'm from Durban, guys, so I'm gonna show you. I actually like this. This is where I keep all my curries. My mom's Tupperware is actually working here. This is my seasoning. This is caramel, the seasoning. What you can use is the Mumbai Spice Works, the biryani masala. We're not using the biryani masala today. It's quite spicy. There is also here. This is the curry I like to use. I buy it from the Food Lovers Market. It's actually already mixed for you. All you have to do is just go buy it. It's not expensive, guys, at all. I also like to use this Knorr soup. So you would notice that I have things in sachets. I am the one who cooks here at home, so I don't need to keep them with a box. I just keep everything here, and then the everyday curry powders are obviously in their containers. But when I'm cooking my chicken, because chicken can be really tricky, so I like to use my special curry powders and spices. Okay, make sure that your pot is placed. We need it to be at the highest level of heat as possible. Right, and then these are my chicken pieces that I'm gonna be using. I like to also cut them a bit. It makes it easier for the spices to marinate well in, and also for the taste, man. We need flavor, right? So it needs to be flavorful. What I'm gonna do is not remove the skin, because that's what's going to create enough oil so that it doesn't get burned or stick on the pan. But we don't want burnt food. Okay. Right. Let's see. So I have to wait up until the pot is really hot to throw in my chicken. Before I do that, this is what I actually do. I want to show you guys. This is what I do. Sorry. Can you see I actually multitask? I'm charging while shooting the video because wow, load shedding is real. Okay, so this is the chicken, right? I take my spice. Guys, the reason why I have this plug here is because I do not want electricity to cut off, and I don't have a battery, so I have to multitask. Load shedding is real. I'm using the masala spice. I just pour it. It's actually curry powder, because I do not want to add the curry powder to my veg, I just want the chicken to be marinated nicely. This is where I actually marinate. You nicely massage your meat. Massage it well with the spice. After all the pieces, the pieces are nicely marinated, we throw them here inside the pot. See, there's no oil, nothing. So what I like to do is actually marinate the meat as well, to use aromats as well. The less of the chemicals, the better for us, right? And we need the food to be flavorful. So this is what you're gonna do. Throw in a bit of aromat. Love your meat. Massage it as much as possible. Here you go. And then after you're done, easy, you just throw it in there. I'm going to then stir. So there it is. You stir, and then you throw in your veg. Here I've prepared. Here you go. Diced onions, and also I have green pepper. Then also throw in a bit of garlic. Well, there's no need for me because on that masala that I've added, there was powdered garlic as well. But if you love garlic, you can definitely add as much as possible. If you can see, there's no oil. My meat is nicely marinated. The veggies are not, I haven't added any spice to the veg because I will also just want to throw in some potatoes. I really love my chicken curry with potatoes. I'm also going to add spice on the potatoes because I want the curry to be absorbed. I do not like them when they're all white. I like a colorful curry. I start to eat with my eyes before tasting anything. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys when I add the potatoes. At this point, I haven't even added water. I'm going to do that once I see that it is starting to burn. As you can see here, it hasn't as yet, but this side it is starting. So you can just pour in a bit of water right now and then put in your potatoes, add a bit of the masala, also add the aromat, close the lid. If you have leaves as well, you can add some coriander. You can just spice it up the way that you like it, but this was my tip for just not putting in any oil. It works wonders. You won't even taste that there's no oil here, and it doesn't stick to the pan, which is something I like. Yeah. Alright, these are my potatoes already cut in half. I'm going to just throw them in here inside my pot. Let's see. Okay. Before I leave them like this, can you see what I've said? They are really white, and I do not like the white color in my curry. Thank you very much. So what I do is add a bit of my masala. just throw masala on top of the potatoes because I want them to change the color. I don't know if it's clear for you guys, but this is what I'm talking about. There it is. I'm then going to close here the lid and add a bit of water, let it simmer up until everything is well cooked, and then I'm going to add my knorr soup. I'm going to show you as well how to make it thick if you do not like the texture of your gravy. So this is me after rinsing my rice. I just want to show you guys how beautiful it is. Can you see? It is easy and it is not mushy. You are able to separate it. Let me just get a spoon. So this is what I'm talking about. Look at it. Can you see? It is perfect, guys. Perfect. I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes for the water to completely dry off here, and then it'll be good to go. And let's see my curry. There it is. Oopsie. This is what I do. I add a spoon of the Knorr brown onion soup, and then I add a teaspoon of the all-purpose flour just to make it thick. I add just a tiny bit of, you can add salt or you can add aromate. I like to use aromate because it adds a bit of flavor, and then I pour it in there, and then I'm done. I'll have a thick gravy with juicy chicken and also very flavorful and tender potato. So that is my curry, guys. I'm gonna show you the end result. Guys, this is the end result. This is the thick curry that I'm talking about. I am done right now. Now what's left for me to do is prepare my butternut. So it's gonna be chicken curry, rice, and then butternut. That's all. I mean, it's a Thursday supper. Simple, but there are a few tricks that I use and that help me a lot in terms of reducing cholesterol, guys. So yeah, that was me and my tips. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do have a lovely evening and afternoon. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and please do comment, guys. Your feedback is highly appreciated over here. This was my safe space. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye.